Okay, it's finally happened. I flipped. After 30 years of kayak fishing, I flipped my kayak. I had the kind of fish that you dream about on, massive fish. And at the landing, you'll see what happened. I went over. And then from there, it gets very interesting. So, and it's just a spectacular battle. So from start to finish, there's going to be a lot of action in this video. If you're not familiar with my channel, I'm John Skinner. I spend 7 months of the year fishing the Northeast. I spend 5 months of the year fishing Florida. This video will start with what turns out to be my second to last cast of my Florida season. All right, hang on, enjoy. This channel is supported by my online fishing courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner, including my new Florida inshore fishing course. This channel is also supported by my books, and remember, those books make great gifts. You can learn more about the books at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon. Okay, the backstory here. This is the very beginning of tarpon moving into these Florida waters for their spring run. Over the course of about a week, I made like 5 trips or so, just a couple hours each trip, so maybe combined like 12 hours of casting for a grand total of 2 hits to jump 1 tarpon. So you know, you're looking for 1 fish. You see me scanning the water. Hey, you got nice, beautiful glassy conditions. You're looking to see some roll. I'm hardly seeing any. There's really not much around, but it just takes 1. All right, I'm going to have links to all the gear in the video description. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Watch the left-hand side of your screen. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Big tarpon just came up. I noted the direction that it's moving, and I'm going to try and time this cast to land where I think it might end up. Come on, he's on. Oh, man. Holy, what a jump. That was the highest freaking jump I've ever seen. Wow, that was something else. All right, the lure is a 5-inch Zoom fluke on a 1/8 ounce 4.0 Gamakatsu swim bait hook. So that's like a 1/4 ounce payload. The rod, the line is matched to that payload. You can't throw a 1/4 ounce payload on heavy gear. So this is 20-pound mainline, 40 liter. And this rod is very deceptive. It's caught a lot of big fish, both stripers and tarpon. The rod's at Dark Matter Skinner inshore. The reel is a Tsunami Shield 2 3000. I just need to turn this thing. Can't see anything now. I'm just gonna try and get over to him just because he's going towards some pots, crab traps. I don't want too much distance between me and the fish around those traps. It's pretty good for now, but they can change. They can make up room in a hurry. So. I don't have my sunglasses on yet. And my viewers at home don't either. I want to let them run, but also I gotta protect these traps here. Straight down. That's the first time he's come up for air to just sip some air. There's slime on the line. It's hard not to think about a leader touch, but this is a little early. It's a big fish. Yeah, that's a big one. Wow. I'd like to get his... Yeah. You know, it's amazing. I throw, this morning I threw mostly the 50 leader on the 30 braid with a slightly heavier rod. It's always this outfit. It's always this 40 leader on this rod. That it's deceptive. You know, you get nice action on the lure with it. Oh boy, I didn't see the lure, so good chance he chafes through the 40. I could be wrong. Sometimes I don't see the lure. I mean, he has survived some wicked jumps. I would think if he had it, if he had it farther back in his mouth, he would have popped off on one of those jumps. Probably my camera battery's going to run out because I'm still on the first battery. Look at the size of this back on this thing.
So somebody inevitably comments on one of these that you gotta, you know, pull them from the side, pull the rod from the side. Really hard to do in a kayak. It's you just don't have the angle. You know, it's not like you're in the boat and you're standing up.
Wow. And I see smaller ones, and I don't hook the smaller ones. I'm gonna bust one of these rods one of these days doing this, because they're not, I mean, that's a big fish. Man, it's amazing how they can just wake up. Now, this is pretty open water here.
The only thing I need to be careful about is it's kind of shallow and there's still debris from past hurricanes, so I should probably stay close. Gulp, 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 gulp. Here's that energy you got from the gulp. So what I don't like is a lot of the ones I've landed have the hook right on, like, you know, the top of the mouth, like right up on the nose. Boy, this one sure looks like it's on the side. Cool thing is, I mean, well, look, I would love to land them, but I've gotten such the first jump was like a rocket. I think he saw that recent launch and said, I could do that. If I'm ever close to landing them, the landing has to be on this side of the kayak, because it's just the way it works for me. Let's see what we're going to see here. Yeah, see that? Wrapped right across the top of them. All right. I'm going to try and keep them on the... Try and find them from the other side. Now he wants to go where he's going. I gotta stay close to him here, because at any time boat could come whipping down here 40 miles an hour. This is not a place I need any separation. Boy, I hope he doesn't sit in the channel. go across. Keep going. So I started this with a pretty low battery because I started fishing early and I hadn't changed it. So amazingly, I just did a really quick battery change here. I mean, I prepared for it. I got a battery out. It was ready to go. So when the camera shut down, yeah. So I'm not close to a landing, but if I do get close, that's a glove. You know, the thing is, I don't know if I'm close to a landing. I mean, they've surprised me before. Such a big fish. Why can't I hook the smaller ones? So the biggest one I've landed with this kayak, I got pretty good measurement on it, was like 75 to 78 inches. This one is not that one, but it's really, really close. But he's so dense around. Fat. Thick. Thick, that's what I'm looking for. That's the word. Make you a deal. You lay up on top of the water, let me take the hook out, and we can go about our day. I don't know, he could be 75 inches. I'm just judging by the one that I was able to land and measure. He's definitely up there. Now that I'm getting right up on the surface a couple of times here. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's okay. So it's bigger than I thought it was. Uh-oh. Yeah. All right. That's the first time I've been that close when its head was out of the water. So yeah. You know what? like a leader touch. I also don't want to high stick it and break the rod and I really have a problem. Trying to get a leader touch there. Where are you? Okay. I don't know how this thing hasn't popped the leader. You know what? A leader touch is a clean leader touch. But that's not, you know. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have taken them to the other side. I mean, this is how I usually land them. Rod in the right hand, steer them. nice look at him anyway. This is no wonder I'm having a hard time with him. He's so big. All right.
All right, I just pulled the tab and inflated my vest. I want that flush mount rod holder to put that rod in. Okay, inflating that vest was a mistake. It's really preventing me from pulling myself in. It's just too bulky. I've worn those vests for about 35 years, never inflated once, so guess what? I don't know how to deflate it. So, problem. And there's instructions, but you can't read them if you're wearing the vest. Okay, so my thought is to swim towards that island. I don't have to get to the island, and the water's going to get shallow when I get near the island, so that would be fine. And also, I've swam and towed kayaks before for scuba diving. It's not shouldn't be a big deal, except when you've got a fish pulling off the stern like this one is. So yeah, I can't make headway trying to swim a kayak. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm trying to swim the kayak, but the fish is holding me back. Yeah, you just can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, I climbed in over the bow. Gonna land a son of a bitch yet.
Okay, that yellow thing is my vest. I took the vest off. That was preventing me from climbing into the kayak. So, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I mean, the right thing to do would have been to deflate it if I had known how, because then I could have blown into the tube to inflate it if I wanted. So a couple lessons learned there. The big one's going to be, I'm going to show you exactly why that kayak flipped, because this is a really awesome kayak, and it's not something that's normally going to flip. But, yeah, I'm going to be able to show you, and it's not going to be what you think.
Oh, man. Water's beautiful, by the way. It's like 82 degrees. Learned some things. Learned how to get back in the kayak, so that's cool. Just went in over the bow. So that's my main tackle bag right there. Like out of all the things that went in the water, this is the one I want the most. Actually, I would say my biggest loss is going to be my GoPro batteries, but I think those are in front of me. If I can steer over there, yeah? I don't know. Did it a little too well. Shit. Oh no. Lures. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some loss. There goes my sunglasses. They're floating. Here's a tackle box. Very, very big. Been here before, huh? We know how that played out. So, this is way bigger than I thought it was in the beginning. Nope. And that's the problem, man. I put my hand in his mouth and he was just too much. Just shifted my body over the other side of the kayak. There's just too much bulk.
wish I was closer to that island. This is what I need here, is an open mouth and get 2 hands in it. All right, so this we're gonna physics just isn't working here. All right, so there's 2 hands. That's a landed fish right there, but oh, and I see the hook. Well, hook's out. Actually, hook's look through his jaw here. Oh, I got to be very careful here. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if my motor still works. Motor seems fine. Way to go, Old Town. All right. Well, that one's $1.50 for sure. Hey, he wants to go. Oh, he definitely wants to go. So I'm dragging a little longer. Oh, man. Oh, and here he goes. All right. Let's see how much stuff I can get back. Okay, before I look at the flip, it's this jump. This is the height. Every part of this jump is amazing. And it's this here. I mean, even if you call the fish 72 inches, 6 feet, that fish is higher off the water than it is long. It's 8 to 10 feet off the water at its lowest point. That's just amazing. The biggest reason I flipped, look at all that air. It was the displacement of the water when the fish thrashed. I got to tell you, sitting there, it felt like the bottom fell out from under me. I'm not flipped yet. All that white water, all that bubble stuff is caused by the fish. And here it is. It wasn't from me holding on to the fish because I let go. The problem was this thrash right there. It, like I said, that side of the kayak just went right down, and that was it. Because otherwise, this is a very stable kayak, and you know I've kayaked a long time. You know I've gone out miles in the ocean. That was just all of a sudden that water was gone, man. It just dropped, and I really got a lot out of it to be able to watch that on video and see exactly what happened. All right, so I'm working my way through the debris field, just picking up what I can. So let me tell you what I lost. The big thing, like I mentioned, it was my camera batteries. That would not have happened except that with the fish on, I had to change batteries. So normally they would have been in a Ziploc bag. They would have floated like everything else that's in a Ziploc bag. But that didn't happen. I lost a fish gripper a week earlier. I wouldn't have lost it. I had bigger floats on it, and the floats were in the way, and they got caught on something. One of them came off, and I kept it off, and that was it. So I lost a gripper. Here we go. There's a nice catch right there. A lot of plugs in there. I lost a pair of pliers. I think that's about it. I'm sure there's some. I lost a dehooker, but I'm getting all the good stuff here. It's plugs and glasses and my tackle bag and everything else, which is a lesson, right? Try to keep your stuff and things that float. Now, why didn't I lose the rods? The rods were not leashed, so I was over my head, but I bet the water was like 7 feet, and the rods are 7 feet. So when the kayak went over, there was no room for the rods to come out of the rod holders. Otherwise, I should have lost both those rods. So now the really important stuff, wallet, phone, keys, well, hey, all of that is in this sealed compartment, so that doesn't get wet no matter what. So I had no worries there. And hey, all in all, I feel like I was amazingly fortunate in terms of, pretty fortunate all around. But yeah, gear-wise, I did great. I mean, yeah, I lost a couple $100 worth of stuff. I think it were 7 batteries, so that's not cheap. But all in all, I did great. And the last thing to get, I had to go back to where I started and pick up my my anchor, because I had a clip disconnect there, just for that, case where if I hook a big tarpon, I'm gonna unhook and there's a buoy on the anchor line, and I'll come back and get it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber and you like this kind of content, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner, including my new Florida inshore fishing course. And don't forget my books. Remember, those books make great gifts. You can learn more about the books at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon.